Top 10 weakest currencies in the world. If you're wondering what the world's weakest currency is, you're at the right place. The United Nations have recognized about 180 currencies as legal tender, but which one holds the least value? Most people are aware of the strongest, most powerful, and most stable world currencies, but what about the least valued world currencies? In this video, we will be talking about the top 10 weakest currencies in the world. So watch this video to the end, because it will be exciting. Number 1. Iranian Real. The Iranian Real has been the lowest currency in the world, and even to date, it still remains the weakest currency. Its devaluation began in 1979, after the Islamic Revolution. This uncertain situation made many businesses leave the country. Foreign currency access was also restricted for their citizens, which led to a significant black market lift. The sanctions preventing Iran from exporting petroleum into the global market were also significant. It is currently valued at 42,000 Iranian Real to $1. Number 2. Vietnamese Dong. The Vietnamese Dong is still one of the weakest currencies. Although there have been many improvements since 2020, this currency still struggles with shifting from a centralized economy to a market economy. The Vietnamese government is aiming to soon catch up with its closer Asian neighbors, which means we hope to see more improvements. Even with this declination, some investors are still very cautious about investing substantial capital into the country. $1 is currently worth 26,650 Vietnamese Dong. Number 3. Laotian Kip. This currency not only finds itself in one of the lowest valued currencies in the world, but its position has drastically changed since 2020. The Laotian Kip reached its lowest point in 15 years in 2021. This is because of the massive inflation rate of the Kip currency. There was also depreciation against foreign currencies. The Kip is the only currency on this list that did not devalue but was initially issued with a ridiculous rate. Number 4. Sierra Leone. The economy of Sierra Leone has been struggling for years now with its currency's exchange rates. The Leone is currently worth 16% less than it was compared to the United States dollars in 2020. If current trends continue, Leone will probably be on the verge of staying as one of the lowest valued currencies in the world. We hope that the country's rich supply of natural resources will assist Leone in bouncing back from this economic downturn in years. $1 is currently worth 13,314 Sierra Leonean leones. Number 5. Indonesianrupiah. Due to the extremely low value of their old-style banknotes, 7 new banknotes were issued in denominations from 1,000 to 100,000 rupiahs. Indonesia is a developed and economically stable country in Southeast Asia. It should be noted, however, that its currency has a very low exchange rate. The country's regulatory authorities have been taking all positive measures to strengthen their national currency, but their efforts haven't brought any significant changes. $1 is currently worth around 15,038 Indonesian rupiahs. If you're optimistic about the future of finance and world currencies, kindly subscribe to this channel and give this video a like. Number 6. Uzbekistan Som. Uzbekistan Som was doing badly some years ago, but it has increased in ranking among the weakest currencies in the world. This doesn't change the fact that its value has reduced since 2020. The Som kept struggling since the Uzbekistan government devalued its official currency by almost 50% in 2018. This was done in an attempt to improve the country's positioning for investors. However, while it remains stable, the currency has yet to progress in returning to its former values. $1 is worth 10,812.5 Uzbekistan Som. Number 7. Guinean franc. The Guinean franc has significantly improved over the last 24 months, but it remains one of the weakest currencies in the world. We believe there is still hope that Guinea's rich assortment of natural resources will make the currency gain some massive improvements in the nearest future, especially if more profits can be realized in the path toward political stability. $1 equals 9,002.5 Guinean francs. Number 8. Paraguayan Guarani. When referring to the poorest South American country, Paraguay is the second poorest. Of course, you would expect their currency to be as weak as their status. It suffered a disastrous economic downturn, combining corruption, low education quality, inflation, high unemployment, and an enormous number of poor people, to mention a few. Paraguay exports soybeans and cotton, but this is far from enough to cover its economic needs. One US dollar is worth 6,884 Paraguayan guarani. Number 9. Colombian Peso. The Colombian peso is the official currency of the Republic of Colombia. Due to inflation, centavos are now out of circulation. This made them weak in currency. This currency was initially introduced in 1810 with the outbreak of the Colombian War of Independence from Spain to replace the Spanish real that was in circulation until then. The Colombian peso has often been pegged to the French franc, the US dollar, and the British pound sterling. But its devaluation has accelerated dramatically since 1980, when one US dollar equaled 50 Colombian pesos. The Colombian peso was devalued about 3,000 times since its release. One US dollar is now worth 4,487 Colombian pesos. At number 10, Cambodian Real. This is the last on our list of the weakest currencies in the world. The Cambodian Real is the currency of the monarch state in Southeast Asia. This monetary unit was issued in 1995, in which it aimed to replace the Indo-Chinese piastre. The Real had a low exchange rate and was not popular among locals who had decided to use foreign currencies. Many Cambodians prefer using the US dollar for payments now, and this has caused the local currency to devalue even more. So what currency do you also feel is weak enough to contend with our list? Let us know in the comments section below. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.